Fellas, my wife told me that if I made this video that she would have a really hard time looking at me for the next few days. And I told her that it was just too funny and that I was sorry. This is the top 10 books to give your girlfriend the ick this Christmas. Buy your girlfriend any one of these books and she'll divorce your ass. So here we go. This is probably gonna take a while, so I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can. All right. This is Exquisite Corpse. Exquisite Corpse. Also, this is in no order, okay? Exquisite Corpse is a book about bug catchers, bug chasers. Do you know what that is? It's like somebody who tries really hard to catch certain things. Anyway, so there's that, and also it's a very gay book. It's about gay things and gay issues, you know, such nuanced gay issues as, you know, like who gets to serial kill this boy. There are moments of brutality in this book that are unmatched by any works of modern literature. Poppy Z. Bright, he is a mad genius of the horrifying creative art. Give this one a look, or purchase this one for your wife or girlfriend if you are trying to break up this year. Next up, Lolita. Look, it's an easy one. You know, even I felt guilty about a couple of these, so I was like, well, I gotta pepper in some that aren't just absolute total black darkness, which is ironic because this is a book about those who like a certain brand of human being. I don't want to talk about that much more because I just started this channel and buddy, it's gonna go bye-bye. Anyway, this is Lolita. It's a very, very obsessive and telling work of modernist hell. It's a very powerful novel, and has historically been very powerful throughout time as a perspective that is still to this day immensely dangerous and not well shared amongst those with reasonable taste, although it is expertly written. The next book is called On Killing. Don't oh god, the weight of the video is dawning on me now. This is called On Killing. On Killing is like a military psychology book by Dave Grossman. He basically what he does here is he interviews people who have killed people in war and asks them about the experience and what it was A, like to kill, and B, how they feel about their kills, and sort of all that. It's really a great book about post-traumatic stress disorder. It's also a great book about, you know, military indoctrination. In just about every way, this book is very psychologically damaging. It's very good. I actually really like it. Okay, you know, this is where we expose the ultimate irony of this, is that all of these books that I have here are all pretty interesting. And most people who are very intellectually curious, especially about the darker sides of humanity, are probably actually going to find these as potential great gifts. Anyway, this will definitely give your girlfriend the ick or whatever. This is called A Clockwork Orange. You are utterly familiar with this. Not only is the language in the book incredibly difficult, very sink or swim, written in Nadsat, so you're going to have to either have a dictionary handy or you're going to have to use context clues to understand a lot of the language in this guy. That said, it's extremely strong. It has a lot in common with like William S. Burroughs, who honestly should be here in this top 10, but I forgore. You should read Naked Lunch too. It's really good. Anyway, so this is an interesting this is an interesting one. This one, I don't know. I might not recommend this one, period. I don't really know how I feel about this book, okay? But this book is called A Crack Up at the Race Riots. And it's it's written by Harmony Korine. There's a quote from Werner Herzog on the back here that says, "I was struck from the very beginning that there's a totally independent and new voice in writing. I believe that he is a great talent as a writer." I've read this, and not only is it like deeply unsettling and unsatisfying, it's also like a collage. It's very much like Gummo in that it's just like an utter mess of ideas. Harmony Korine, of course, is mostly known for writing film and being in film. He wrote this a very, very long time ago. Let me just give you a little taste of what it's like in here, okay? This is called A Nurse Talking to a Burn Victim 2 days before Easter. Nurse, how do you feel? Can you breathe all right? Burn victim, it still hurts. Nurse, are the drugs starting to numb the sores a bit? Burn victim, it still hurts. That's a page of the book. So there's a lot of racism in this too, so be careful with that. Anyway, this one might actually make your girlfriend fucking hate you. I don't really know. This is Johnny Got His Gun. Admittedly, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this book. It's a very difficult story. Another story about the difficulties of war. And of course, this is about what, the famous image of the Metallica 1 video, where the guy's not got the arms or the legs and, all that. Anyway, it's a difficult book. I don't even know if I liked it. I guess I liked it. I don't know. This one's crazy. I feel like some people at home are underestimating a book like this one. I also really love this old as fuck copy I have. It's super sick. Okay. Folks, I don't know what to say. I can't really hide this from you any longer. This is Marquis de Sade's, ironically, I'm going to call it seminal work, 120 Days of Sodom. So I've talked at length about the film. I actually am one of the film's foremost appreciators. I have talked at length about how I believe that the film in its adaptation of this speaks a lot of truth to power, especially what with like, the Epstein business and all this other stuff going on. It ends up being very, very appropriate nowadays. However, this book is kind of like it's like an interesting psychological nightmare. I think I would not wish reading this on my worst enemy. I hate myself for having read it. And I would, if I could go back in time, I probably would take seriously more of the people that told me not to read it. Because really, the most shocking thing about this book is that it is just in love with itself. It's just so happy and in love with what it's doing. This is a book that is very proud in its depravity. It loves what it's doing. It loves itself. Marquis de Sade, who was a sexual deviant in his regular, normal, everyday, average life, wrote this in the Bastille. Now, one might think from the outside that he was arrested for sex crimes, and then he wrote this in the Bastille to stick it to the man, but you'd be wrong. He actually wrote it to get him and all of his friends' rocks off in jail, and it actually quite worked. The more unimaginable horrors of the back half of this book may have a little bit of speaking truth to power in there somewhere, but the first half of it, buddy, you're gonna want to put a, let's call it a bullet into your brainstem. So we continue. Oh, buddy, you probably don't know what this is. And most people don't, okay? Most people would never buy a book like this. And, of course, I'm special. So I buy books like this. I even own one of the sequels to this. And I intend to read the other one as well. This is called Mind War by Michael Aquino, okay? So Michael Aquino is an interesting author. I don't know if you've ever heard of him as an author. Basically, this book here is pretty innocent, honestly. At times, there's some stuff, but I was actually surprised to learn how innocent these were, considering who he is. So, Michael Aquino is very famously a member. Well, he was a member of the Church of Satan. And he was also a member of the U.S. military. He worked at Presidio base during the Presidio scandal and was one of the accused people who supposedly tried to sacrifice or did sacrifice children to Satan at a temple. Now, those of you at home might be screaming because you're like, okay, well, the Church of Satan, there's no evidence that they engaged in any satanic ritual abuse, and that's true. In the same way that there's no credible evidence that Aleister Crowley really ever did. In the same way that there's no real credible evidence to suggest that definitively that Michael Aquino did. Although if you read there's been many an FOIA request after his death. You can read his file. You can see him manipulating the system to get him out of these scandals, which in and of itself lends to credibility to the fact that maybe he did those things. Now, he is actually very well covered by history because we remember this era as the quote-unquote satanic panic era. So because we remember it as like that, somebody who very legitimately might have been a very evil man, he later started an even more evil church called the Temple of Set. You should look it up. He openly began writing books about his experience with mind control. Okay, so this book is called Mind War, and then the second book is about how to free yourself from mind control. But this book is about how the government could basically engage in a cold war with another country using only psychological warfare. And of course, he was instrumental in developing some of the psychological warfare and has a lot of ties to, you guessed it, yeah, that. So anyway, this is actually a very interesting book. He's written like 50 books, okay? This one is very interesting. They are all self-published, and he is dead now, so I don't believe there's any real harm in it. You can also read on Internet Archive, but I was curious because I wanted to know who this guy was as a person, beyond the stories I'd heard and the books that I'd read about him. So I picked up his books to try and understand him, and I came away with it feeling like he was a tremendously dangerous person. If I got somebody this as a gift, the first question they would ask me is, what the fuck is this book? And then the second thing they would ask me is why I had purchased this, either for them or otherwise. So I'm sure there's going to be some questions about that. Oh, my God, I looked down and I almost vomited. So this book here is just... I don't know how to introduce it. I don't even think there is a proper introduction for this. But this is the fifth nail of Volume 1. Okay. This is absolutely unacceptable. This is 10 out of 10 not good. 10 out of 10 bad stuff. Do not, even as a joke, purchase this man's written material for a member of your family. Okay. Buddy, this is the tale of a serial killer of children. He is very open about, this is a blog, these are blog entries. He's very open about the crimes that he committed, and he talks about them. He's also very confused by them. He also defends people like himself from accusations that he might be a scary, horrible, no good, very bad guy. It turns out, though, guys, that he is a pretty scary, no good, very bad guy. So this is fascinating if you're a psychopath like myself, but if you're not a psychopath, this would probably be grounds for a breakup. So don't buy this shit for your fucking girlfriend. Oh my God. It took you this long to get a girlfriend and you're going to buy her this and ruin it immediately? Really? This is called the Holy Bible. So here's the deal. This is a joke pick. I've been reading this. I've read it. I've read part, I don't think I've read the totality of the Bible, but I've read enough of the Bible. I think that this will give anybody the ick. This is a guarantee. Nobody wants to receive a Bible ever. People like to go buy a Bible if they want one. I bought my copy of the Bible. This is the King James version, if anybody's curious. I'm not a Christian. The main point here is that nobody wants this book for Christmas. If you buy somebody this book, they will freak out. They will be like, "This sucks." It's like it's the literature equivalent of buying someone's socks. It will give the ick immediately. It will say more about you. And let me tell you what. This book is very controversial. I'm not a Christian, but I tell you what, every time I've ever told a living human being that I'm reading this for any reason, in any capacity, they always say the same thing. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you going through a phase? There's nothing wrong with being curious about theology, okay? And also, if you want to believe in God, you go for it. Fucking awesome. Nothing wrong with that. Big ups, you know? JC, he's a good guy, you know? Leave him alone, kids. Anyway, the Bible's very interesting, okay? It's very interesting. Don't underestimate it, but never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, ever buy this as a gift for someone. And with that, we have reached the top 10 books to give your girlfriend the ick this Christmas. I guess I should probably promote my own literature as well. I've written 3 books, a book called Fluids, a book called Girl Flesh, and a book called Angels. Angels just came out and is available now anywhere books are sold, as far as I know. And you can also get them direct from me. Though lately I've been having a hell of a time getting books in from my printer, although apparently people with like stores and internet purchases have been totally fine. It's just, for whatever reason, when I order a whole bunch of them from my printer in large quantities, they are like, "Sorry, you're a month delayed." So sorry guys, if you've ordered the book and haven't gotten it yet, it's taking forever. There are other places where you can get it. But either way, thank you for watching. And I can't believe I made another video today. I made 2 videos today, and I made 2 last night. So I don't know. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling up to it. So go forth, children, and purchase the worst book that I can imagine for your girlfriend, you god dang idiot.